What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sector for Nerds. I'm Ryan Brower, and today I'm bringing you guys my list of the top 5 best Clone Wars Season 1 episodes. Now, I tried doing videos like this in the past, none of which I was too keen on, so I've come up with a new format on how I want to do it. So basically, I'm just going to give you guys my list of top 5 favorite episodes and a little rundown as far as why. Pretty simple, right? I think it goes without saying that there will be spoilers in this video. At number 5, we have Rookies. Why? Because of Domino Squad. That's why. Because it introduces us to Fives, Echo, and Heavy, at least the 3 main members of Domino Squad. It's such a great episode that centers around clones, and you get Rex and Cody in there as well, all of which are voiced by D. Bradley Baker, and D. Bradley Baker is an absolute legend. Like, the fact that he voices all of these clones and somehow manages to give them all different and unique personalities is beyond me. As far as Heavy's sacrifice at the end, rest in peace, brother. At number 4, we have Storm over Ryloth. Why? Because of Anakin and Ahsoka. That's why. Because this is the start of a 3-episode arc for Ryloth, and what also happens to be an amazing arc in my opinion. The episode starts out where Ahsoka has to lead a squadron of fighters out to try and take out the Separatist ships, but unfortunately that fails because they're caught in a trap. So then Ahsoka ends up losing half her men, and then she goes back and she's all upset because, you know, this was her first time at command, and it's really such a great bit of development between Anakin and Ahsoka, especially Ahsoka in this episode. And then they go back, run it back again a second time where Ahsoka leads the attack again, and that time it succeeds in what was, I think, a pretty awesome plan, if I do say so myself. At number 3, we have Innocence of Ryloth. Why? Because of Obi-Wan. That's why. Because of Cody and Waxer and Boyle. This episode starts out where the Republic tries to land their assault ships. However, they are unsuccessful because of the proton cannons firing upon them. So, due to this, Obi-Wan has to lead a ground assault team on a couple of gunships to try and take out those cannons. Along the way, they run across a crap ton of gut cars. I think I pronounced that right. And then Waxer and Boyle come across a little girl named Numa. And this to me was like a very interesting to seeing like Waxer and Boyle almost kind of being parents, or I guess in this case, big brothers, because as we found out at the end of the episode, she keeps calling them Nera throughout the entire episode, and then at the end, Obi-Wan reveals that Nera means brother, which I thought was really cool. Getting to see Obi-Wan in action is great, and that moment when he used beast control on all of those Gutkers was absolutely awesome. And that you lose General Kenobi reference by the droid was also awesome. At number 2, we have Jedi Crash. Why? Because of, like, I don't know, everything in this episode. That's why. Everything from Anakin and Ahsoka to having Aayla Secura there to having the music was beyond phenomenal. Shout out to Kevin Kiner. The fact that you start out with a massive battle on a Republic cruiser that's basically burning to shreds. Then you have them crashing down on a planet, or before that even, they're avoiding crashing into a star. Then they land on a planet, and then they have to wander across said planet, avoiding traps left and right, and then finding the Lurman colonists, which are a group of peaceful colonists that have found this planet and they've lived there to try and find peace and avoid the war. And that conversation between Aayla Secura and Tewaka, who's the leader of the tribe, or the colonists, whatever you want to call them, was absolutely incredible. That moment when he says, when you lay down your weapon in a pursuit for a cause of non-violence, can you make a claim to me that the Jedi are peacekeepers, first of all, it's such a great line, and I think I said it along the lines correctly, but also it sort of kind of refers to what Luke did in Return of the Jedi, where he threw his saber down and, he said, I'm not gonna turn to the dark side. I'm not gonna pursue violence, because that's not the Jedi way. And at number 1, we have Defenders of Peace, which is the episode that takes place right after Jedi Crash that sort of continues this arc. The Jedi are still stuck on the planet, Anakin's hurt, the Separatists arrive, then that causes them to go and basically terrorize the colonists. They don't damage up the place too bad, but they leave enough of their mark. But why do I like this episode so much? Basically just because of everything that followed from the last episode. And I thought that like this arc as a whole was so good. And like I said, I enjoyed having Ayla in there. I liked the fact that within 2 episodes, she saves Commander Bly twice, and then go and watch Revenge of the Sith and watch what happens and think, wow, that's a nice way to say thank you. General Luckder of the Separatists was absolutely hilarious, and I thought he was a great villain for that episode. And then the nuclear type weapon that they had that takes out everything except for droids, that was pretty cool. The battle at the end was fantastic. Yeah, just everything about this episode was great. Now, before I wrap up this episode, and for everyone who might be questioning, because I know it is a popular episode among fans, well, what about Hostage Crisis, which is the episode with Cad Bane and all the other bounty hunters that were there and stuff, right? Taking over the Senate, holding them hostage, all that stuff, right? Where was that on my list? For me personally, it was a good episode, but I don't think it was worthy enough of being in the top 5 because if, like, we're being honest, of all the things that I wanted to see Cad Bane do in, like, his debut for the show and a debut for this character, I don't necessarily think that taking over the Senate is like the best idea, you know, because, you know, politics and Senate, like kind of some of the stuff that people don't necessarily like about the prequels, right? Now, if the first thing they would have had him do was go and, you know, invade the Jedi Temple and stuff, like all this stuff that we see in season 2, that stuff was excellent. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, like the Sector for Nerds page on Facebook, and I will see you guys next time.